So, now today we will start Newton's laws of motion, and in this chapter we will study about the forces. As you already know various things about the forces, but first we will know some new things. Now see here, what is kinematics? Kinematics, it is that branch of physics in which we study about the motion of the body without considering the cause of the motion. Without considering the cause of the motion. We will discuss about the motion. We have already discussed this. We have already studied motion in straight line, motion in plane, and during that discussion, we have not discussed the cause of the motion, means what governs the motion of bodies. So if this question is asked that what governs the motion of the body, then what will be your answer? What governs the motion of body? Motion of body. What will be your answer?
Sir, force.
It is? It is?
Force. Force.
What governs the motion of body? It is force. It's clear. Dynamics, and about force we will study in this dynamics. Dynamics, in this we discuss the motion of body with due consideration of their cause. In dynamics we discuss about the motion of body with due consideration of the cause of motion. Means we will discuss about the force. It's clear. Already you know something about the force. For example, what is force? So you have studied that force is that physical cause which changes or tend to change the state of rest or of uniform motion of any body. Force is that physical cause. Before going over the new things, I will repeat the previous things which you have studied in the class 10. So force is that physical cause which changes and changes are tend to change. Tend to change. State of rest or of uniform motion. For motion of a body. Means what is the simple meaning of this thing? It is that external cause which can bring the stationary body into the rest. Means the body is at rest. When you will apply the force, what will happen? Body will come into the state of motion. लोग बार बार आ रहे हैं. Now here body is at rest. On applying the force, what will happen? Body will come into the state of motion. Means what is one effect of the force? It brings the body, it brings the stationary body into the motion. Second, it can change the velocity of the body. If you apply the force, then by applying the force, either you can change the speed, it's clear, or you can change the direction of motion, or you can change both. It's clear, both can be changed. Means what is the first effect of the force? It can bring the stationary body into time से लोग नहीं आते. Now see here, force can bring the rest body into motion. Force can change the velocity of the body. Velocity of the body means it can either change speed or direction of motion or both. Now, how can you change the speed of a vehicle? For example, if you are bicycling, then how can you change the speed? Speed कैसे change कर सकते हैं? Who will tell? Suppose if you are bicycling, then how will you change the speed? Speed can be changed by applying more force on the pedal. By applying more force on the pedal. How can you change the direction? By turning the handle. By turning the handle, you can change direction. How can you change both? By doing both the things simultaneously. Apply more force on the pedal and apply force on the handle to turn it. It's clear? So this way we can change the velocity. Similarly, in any other vehicle also, if you want to increase the speed of your car, what will you do? You will press the accelerator more. You will press the accelerator more. Suppose if you want to turn your car, what will you do? What will you do? You will turn the steering wheel. Steering wheel you will rotate in the clockwise or anti-clockwise direction, and its direction will be changed. It's clear? So force can bring the moving body, it can change the velocity of the moving body. There is one more, it can change the shape and size of the body also. If you apply the force on any body, suppose गीली मिट्टी की गोली, that is wet clay. It's clear? And if you apply the force, what will happen? Its shape will be changed. Shape will be changed. This point is clear? Means what is force? Force is that external cause which changes or tend to change. What is the meaning of tend to change? What is the meaning of tend to change? Means the state has not changed just now, but at the next moment it will be changed. At next moment, when you will increase the magnitude of force, it will be changed. So force is that physical cause which changes or tend to change state of rest or of uniform motion of the body. It can also change. It can change shape and size of body. It's clear? Now, you have already studied the classification of forces in the class 10th. You have studied about the contact force and other is the non-contact force. Now, Isika, what are the non-contact forces? Iska Trivedi, what are the non-contact forces?
So the forces which act on a body without the body and the source of force being in contact with each other.
Yes, in which there is no contact in between the body and the person who is exerting the force on the body. It's clear? Forces which are acting from some distance. For example, you know, it is gravitational force. gravitational force. No contact is required in between two bodies for acting gravitational force. Similarly, electric force. Similarly, magnetic force. You know that the magnet can attract the iron nails from some distance. It's clear. So these are the non-contact force. And there is one general property of these non-contact force. They decrease it with the square of distance. For example, if you held the magnet once near the iron nails and then away from the iron nail, what will happen? In this case, it will attract the nail immediately. But here there is the possibility that it is not attracting to the iron nail. Here it is immediately attracting. Is clear? Or it will attract more quickly. Here it will attract less quickly. And why? Because the distance is more. So force decreases inversely with the square of distance. And this we know, this we say as the inverse square rule. Inverse square rule. It's clear. Inverse square rule or law. Now see here, we will find these forces are position dependent forces. These forces are called the position dependent forces. This I am telling new thing. Position dependent forces means in which the force between the body depend upon their position. For example, here there are two charges, Q1 and Q2, separated at a distance r from each other. What will be the magnitude of force in between them? It is given by one constant K into Q1, Q2 upon R square. Means if you keep the same charges at the greater distance, what will happen? Force will be less or force will be more. Here suppose force is F1 and here it is F2. Which will be more? Who will tell? In which case force will be more?
Condition mein.
In the first case it will be more because the charges are nearer. So F1 will be more than F2. Similarly, you have studied gravitational force. Suppose there are two bodies of masses M1 and M2 at a distance R. It's clear? What will be the force between these two? Gravitational force between these two. This you have studied in the class 9. So what will be the gravitational force? F equals to G M1 M2 upon R square. What is capital G? Who will tell?
Gravitational constant.
Universal gravitational constant. This is universal gravitational constant. Here also you will find that force is inversely proportional to the square of distance. Means if we keep the same bodies at the greater distance, what will happen? There will be the less force. So these are the position dependent force. Electric force is also position dependent. Magnetic force also position dependent force. It's clear? These are not constant forces. Why? Because here magnitude of force will depend upon the distance. It's clear? Now then one more thing. Here what is the difference between electric and magnetic force? Electric and gravitational force. This is electrostatic force. This is the gravitational force. What is difference? So you know that it may be attractive as well as repulsive. It will be attractive as well as repulsive. Clear? Now here it may be only attractive. This will be only attractive. This will be only attractive, while it will be attractive as well as repulsive. Attractive means if the like there will be unlike charges, one is positive, other is negative, then will be attractive. Suppose both are positive positive or negative negative, then there will be repulsive force. This point is clear. So these are the non-contact forces which do not require contact in between two bodies for their action. Which do not require contact in between two bodies for their action. There are some contact forces which necessarily require contact. Necessarily require contact in between two bodies. Now you can name many type of forces which are contact. Name कोई बताए. One is the frictional force.
Frictional force, tensile force in a string.
Tension in the string. You cannot create a string in the tension, that tension in the string without coming in contact of the string. It's clear? If you don't stretch the ends of the string in the either side, what will happen? Suppose this is a string, then it will be in the loose condition. But when you will apply, hold this end, pull in this side, hold this end, pull in this side, what will happen? It will be tensionized. Tension will be produced. It's clear? Force acting during collision. So these things you have studied in the class 10th and 9th also. It's clear about the unit of force, that also you know. We will go at that point later. So see here, we were studying dynamics. What is dynamics? It is that branch of physics which deals with the motion of bodies with due consideration of the cause of motion. Now see here, first of all, about the motion of bodies, one hypothesis was given by Aristotle. And that at that time friction was not known. During that time of the Aristotle, friction was not known. It's clear? And according to Aristotle, जिनको हम क्या कहते हैं, अरस्तु भी कहते हैं हिंदी में. Aristotle was a very great philosopher. So according to Aristotle, a constant force is required. Constant force is required. Not constant, a continuous force is required. A continuous force is required to keep any body moving with constant velocity. A continuous force is required to keep any body moving with a constant velocity. Means if any body is moving with a constant velocity, with a fixed velocity, a continuous force is required. This was stated by Aristotle. He had given a hypothesis. Hypothesis means behind which there is no experimental evidence. It's clear? Behind which there is no experimental evidence. Such a statement behind which there is no experimental evidence. So according to Aristotle, a continuous force is required to keep any body with a constant, keep any body moving with constant velocity. But as we know that now it is not correct. This is not the correct thing. If you see, as you have some knowledge about the Newton's laws of motion, you have studied this formula F equals to m into E. Have you studied? Have you studied this formula F equals to mass into acceleration?
Yes, sir.
What is acceleration? rate of change of velocity.
or unit time.
Now, if any body is moving with a constant velocity, then what will be its acceleration? If the body is moving with a constant velocity, constant means fixed velocity, what will be the acceleration?
0.
Zero it will be zero because there is no change in velocity. If velocity is constant. When the velocity of the body will be constant. बार repeat क्यों हो? If the velocity of the body is constant, तो क्यों बार repeat? Yes. If the velocity of the body is constant, then what will happen? Acceleration will be zero. Acceleration will be zero, so what will be force? Force will also be zero. That is zero. Means now we know, after the Newton's laws of motion, we know that no force is required to keep the body moving with a constant velocity. No force is required to keep the body moving with a velocity, with a constant velocity. अगर किसी बॉडी को constant velocity से मूव करते रखना है, then no force is required. It's clear? This point is clear or not? So, in about the motion of bodies, first of all, Aristotle had given an idea that a continuous force is required to keep any body moving with constant velocity. At the time of Aristotle, there was no knowledge of friction. But afterwards, Galileo had performed series of experiments. After this, afterwards, Galileo had performed series of experiments on inclined plane. Inclined plane. Smooth inclined plane. Smooth inclined plane means that was having no friction. Smooth inclined plane with a ball. And from there he had concluded that no force is required to keep the body moving with a constant velocity. No force is required. Force is required to keep body moving with constant velocity. Force is required only for accelerating or deaccelerating the body. Force is required only for accelerating or deaccelerating the body. Means according to the Aristotle, according to the Galileo, no force is required to keep the body moving with the constant velocity. Force will be required only when we have to accelerate the body or de-accelerate the body. It's clear? Now afterwards, Newton laid down the foundation of mechanics in terms of three laws, which we know as the Newton's laws of motion. It's clear? Newton's laws of motion. On the basis of the Galileo's experiment, the conclusion drawn from the Galileo's experiment, Newton laid down the mechanics of the foundation of the mechanics in terms of three laws that we call as the Newton's laws of motion. It's clear? So see here. Here you can see. Afterwards, on the basis of conclusion drawn from huge experiment, Newton formulated three laws of motion, which are the basis of the foundation of mechanics, which are foundation of mechanics. Now, as we know that there are three laws of Newton's laws of motion: Newton's first law, Newton's second law, and Newton's third law. Now, see here, there are how many types of forces? Can you tell me there are how many types of forces? About Newton's laws of motion, we will come afterwards. Types of forces. So see here, all the types, there are four types of forces. There are four types of forces. Can you name these four types of forces? In the very first chapter, you have studied. One is the gravitational force. Gravitational force. It's clear. About the gravitational force, already I have told that if there are two, and this force was also discovered by Newton. It's clear. It is also known as Newton's gravitational force. So see here, if there are two bodies of masses m1 and m2 situated at a distance r from each other, then what will be the force between them? Just now I have told G m1 m2 upon r square. This force is a long range force. It is a long range force. Means what is gravitational force? The force which exists in between two material bodies. The force which exists in between two material bodies. That is called the gravitational force. And it is given by this formula. It is a long range force. What is the meaning of long range force? Who can tell? इसका मीनिंग ये है कि चाहे बॉडीज क्या हो, पास पास हो या क्या हो, बहुत दूर दूर हो, there will be force. There will be force. Means even if you take one body in India and another body in US, even in that case also there will be some gravitational force of attraction in between them. Though that force cannot be experienced by any way. उसको हम किसी तरीके से experience नहीं कर सकते, mathematically calculate कर लेंगे. Because the force is very small, so that cannot be detected any means. किसी तरीके से detect नहीं कर सकते हैं. It's clear? But it is a long range force. As you know that there is a significant force between Earth and Sun, significant force between Earth and Moon. And what is the distance between them? उनके बीच की डिस्टेंस तो क्या है, इंडिया और यूएस से बहुत ही अधिक है. वहां तो बिलियंस ऑफ लाइट ईयर्स में डिस्टेंस है, पर वहां पर फोर्स क्यों इफेक्टिव हो जाता है? कैन यू टेल दिस रीजन बिहाइंड दिस?
Because of no gravitation.
वहां पर
Sir,
और सन के बीच में बहुत अधिक डिस्टेंस है. इट इज द डिस्टेंस, इट इज बिलियन ऑफ लाइट ईयर्स, बिलियंस ऑफ लाइट ईयर्स. एंड 1 light year equals to 10 to the power 15 meter. 1 light year equals to 10 to the power 15 meter. It's clear? पर वहां पर हम फोर्स उनके बीच में जो है दैट इज सिग्निफिकेंट. बट अगर कोई बॉडी यहां रखी है, दूसरी क्या है दूसरे कंट्री में रखी है, या एक बॉडी यहां रखी है दूसरी मुंबई में रखी है, उनके बीच में बड़ा इनसिग्निफिकेंट फोर्स होता है. व्हाई इट इज सो? बिकॉज दीज बॉडीज आर वेरी मच मैसिव. दीज बॉडीज आर वेरी मच मैसिव. अर्थ और सन, अर्थ एंड मून, ये बहुत ही मैसिव बॉडीज है. इनका मास क्या है, बहुत अधिक है. व्हाट इज द मास ऑफ अर्थ? अर्थ का मास क्या है बताओ? 6 into 10 की power 24 kg. It is clear? For example, here you can see. If it is asked, if you don't have the knowledge of gravitational force, if you don't have the knowledge of gravitational force, और तुम एक लेमैन हो, तुमसे पूछा जाए what is the force between these two bodies, so you will say that there is no force in between them. तुम तो वहीं पर कहोगे कि जब मैग्नेट नेल को अट्रैक्ट कर रहा है, so you will say that there is some force between magnet and nail. But here both are kept stationary at some distance from each other. Both are kept stationary at some distance from each other. There is no force. It's clear? But there is some force. That force is very weak, and that's why that force is not having any effect on these bodies. वो इन बॉडीज पर कोई इफेक्ट नहीं प्रोड्यूस कर रहा है. इट्स क्लियर? बट देयर विल बी सम फोर्स. While if you see the gravitational force, the force which exists in between this pen and earth, that will be significant. Why? Because the earth's mass is very much. अर्थ का मास क्या है, बहुत ही अधिक है. So that force will become significant. So it is a long range force. Gravitational force is a long range force. This force is always attractive. Now there is one more force, that is the weak nuclear force. Weak nuclear force. Nuclear force. Weak nuclear forces are the forces of attraction acting between elementary particles. Forces of attraction acting between elementary particles. It's clear? Of salt life. Now, as you know that every substance is made up of atoms.